Hey, my people. I just did a video in Spanish of what's going on right now, this division that we have. You know, it is true these liberal women are destroying society. But it's playing out, it's working out exactly the way it's been planned. I mean, they just being used to destroy society because that's the main goal. Okay? So they had tried different scenarios. You know, I came to this country in 1980. Reagan hadn't taken office yet. He was elected, but not. Then Jimmy Carter, went out and he went in. I was already here. So, we went into the Reagan economics, you know, and the story how, Jimmy Carter had destroyed everything and Reagan was going to rebuild it, and then, China started coming over here. I used to work in a supermarket in 1987. And there were groups of 20, 30 Chinese came in. This was a supermarket chain, okay? And they used to wear their cameras here, and speaking their language. They didn't speak any English. They had translators, but they just take pictures. I was a baker, so they were in supermarkets recording everything. And this was Reagan, how he opened the door. And then apparently they did that to the entire country infrastructure. Okay? And in 40 years, China, because they're smarter than us, has become technology like nuts because they came in. We opened the door. Reagan opened their doors for them to come here and learn everything, take pictures, and schools and everything. The colleges everywhere. They went everywhere. I mean, China is like what? How many? Like 3 billion people. If they send 2 million here, they cover the entire country in one day and document everything. And we were blind to it. Now it's like, whoa, oh my God, what happened? Why we depend on China now? Reagan sold it to them. Where all the steel companies went? China. Where the textile went? China. And everything got closed here. Closed down, China. Closed down, China. So, and we are so blind. We are so innocent. We are so dumb. They throw these diversions like, I don't want to get into too much details, but listen, it's working. We are totally divided. Men against women, women against men, and we don't even pay attention, even the price of gas, because we are too busy consumed on this division that is destroying. You guys know the word divide and conquer? So they hit us hard. They hit us hard with 9/11 to panic us out, and the whole world changed. Remember how it used to be easy? There was no, you went through airports. 9/11 happened, our world got turned upside down. Okay? For what? From some foreigners that came and here destroyed our society, our way of living. So then Bush Sr. got in and he started a war in Kuwait, Iraq. And then he stopped like 60 miles from Baghdad and came home. Then Junior got in and bam! He started, that nuclear thing in Iraq that he was going to save the world, and there was no nuclear. And that's then 9/11. Changed completely the way we live. Then the war in Afghanistan to go catch bin Laden, who we never saw it. He could be eating oysters somewhere in some island. We don't know. So, the versions. Remember the school shootings? Sandy Hook, oh my God, oh. Nothing. Here, damn, bam, bang, school, da da da. Diversions. Then they hit us with this scamdemic, which is proven there was a scam. And they bam, bam. Not me. So, diversions, and people are falling for it. Trust in God, our Lord. He is in control. If you trust in the Lord, you are going to be okay. But if you trust in men, you are doomed. If you put your trust in men, you are doomed. Finish. I remember I was 9 years old in a poor village in El Salvador. And it was election time. And my dad, told my mom, get me some clothes ready, ironing, and I'm going to go vote. Go to town. Back then, there was no TV, no radio, no telephone, so they had a civilian guards in each village, and the boss of them went to town once a month and brought the news, and he spread the word in the village. You gotta vote, and if you don't vote, you don't get the stamp on your ID. You were beat up by the National Guards, La Guardia Nacional, the son of a bitches. So when you encounter them, you say, hey, let me see your ID. Oh, you don't vote. They start beating you up. So that's how it used to be. So my dad, and the way he was leaving to go to, to vote for the elections, and I said, Dad, why you have to go and vote? How'd that help us? And I was like 8, 9 years old. He said, son, this does not help us anything, but it's a civic duty that we have to do, because if we don't do it, we get in trouble. He said, but remember one thing. The government never, ever is going to have fix your problems in your life. You will have to work your entire life to survive because the government is not going to come and save you. I learned that when I was 8 years old. So, all these people that believe the government is going to take care of them, yeah, maybe they give you something, but it's a price. Nothing is free. So, look, with these scamdemics, I pay a high price. My wife was murdered in a hospital, and now it's proven that they were murdering these people. They didn't die of COVID, or whatever crap. They were murdered. My wife was murdered. Okay, I'm alone here because she was murdered. 54 years old. She got locked in a hospital for 5 weeks. They didn't let me see her. They didn't allow anybody to visit her. And she died alone. We just text because she had they had her face covered with masks. They collapsed her lungs, and when they intubate her lungs, to drain her lungs, tube this thick, one in each lung, on the side, underneath her ribs. They told her, you got hours, not days to live. You have to sign up to be intubated, or you're gonna die now. And I remember she called me. She built the strength to call me, and she called me Pop. She didn't call me by my name. She said, Pop, what can I do? They telling me I got hours to live if I don't sign to be intubated. I said, honey, it's your decision. I cannot decide that for you. I will support you in whatever your decision, but it comes down to your decision because that's how the law works. And she got intubated. She probably passed away immediately after she got intubated because I was calling the nurse, and the nurse told me a few hours after she was intubated. She said, I'm concerned about her. She's hypothermic. Her temperature is 70 degrees, and she doesn't respond. She was probably already passed. And just the machines, moving her blood. I'm angry. And they're all diversions to divide us and conquer us. Good night. God bless you. Stay healthy.